Hello, guys. Good day. This is Anna of Reinforcement Club. Today, we are going to talk about how to recover yourself after being scammed. So, bouncing back after being scammed can be challenging and emotionally draining. You know the feeling when someone betrays you, betrays your precious trust. When you grow up in a hood wherein people are good, but then in some point there comes in your life wherein people just rip you off, treats your precious trust like nothing. The first thing that you have to do is to acknowledge your feeling. Allow yourself to experience and process the emotions that you feel after you happen to know that you are being scammed. Of course, you're going to get angry about the person, for that person. You feel embarrassed because, gosh, sometimes your parents, your spouse, your friend could give out to you because you know they thought about you not thinking about it, your actions. You can't take it back though, and you feel frustrated that you can't take back the loss, money, especially trust. You can't believe that there are people who exist in this world just to betray, just to scam. I don't know if that's a choice, but some people, maybe they're just born to scam and they don't feel anything about it after what they did. They feel indifferent. They justify their flaw, their bad actions as good to them. It's like it could be like a religion to them. Scamming is like the gift from God for them. But to you, it's the most sad feeling. It's a hurtful feeling when you are the victim. The first thing that you have to do after being scammed is basically when you found out that it happened, acknowledge your feelings first. And this is hard. Think about it. When you feel betrayed, you feel, the first thing that you're gonna feel is you're gonna feel shock with disbelief. You may feel stunned about what happened when you finally find out that it happened to you, and you're gonna feel hurt and sad about it, sad about what happened, sad about that, sad about the situation, sad about yourself. Feel it. It's like eating shit. It's hard, but it's happening. You got to process that. If you keep forget about it, if you avoid that feeling, there's no way to get out of it. It might gonna happen again if you avoid the feeling of frustration, of embarrassment, of anger in yourself out of what happened. It might just gonna happen again because you have lack of awareness, as if nothing happened. All right, let's move on. But you gotta face it. In some point, those scammers will come back again, and you're gonna face the same feelings. And you might get confused and doubt about your capability, about when you're alone. You doubt yourself. You start to doubt, am I enough? Am I, did I miss anything? Am I a bad person? You begin to ask yourself about that. Am I a bad person? Did I do anything bad against others? Did my family scam other people? Because so far we don't. My family, we don't scam other people. We don't do that. And it's just happened that life is trying to teach you something. To keep the most valuable thing that you have, which is trust. And after you found out you've been scammed, you may also feel shame and embarrassed about it. But as part of acknowledging your feelings, you have to take it as it is. It's easier said than done, yes. But it is what it is. You get hurt, You feel sad. You doubt yourself now a little bit. And you feel angry. You feel like you want to kill that person who scammed you. You wish that person to die right now with heart attack. You wish that person that will fall on the bridge for you, which which is impossible though. That's just part of the learning process, part of knowing how you feel, part of being having the feeling of emotional drain. Sometimes you lose your self-worth. You know, you may struggle with feeling of inadequacy or worthlessness, wondering why you were betrayed. Do you deserve that betrayal? And in some point, you might feel you might gonna grieve about what happened, mourn about what happened, cry on your pillow, shout on your pillow, soothe yourself, and you might want to feel alone. It's a hard feeling though to get betrayed, to get scammed, to get ripped off, because you don't think that you deserve it. You don't think that people would ever do that to you because you don't do that. But it's just that life is teaching you something that you might gonna learn. You might gonna life could be preparing you for something in the future. You could use that learnings of that feeling the lessons that you learn from being scammed in your future endeavors. It's not a nice feeling though, but you have to undergo it. You have to acknowledge how you feel, because avoiding it would give you no good. It will always come back because it's you, it's how you feel, and there's no way to escape it other than learning from it. The next thing you have to do is, of course, report the scam. Report the scam to the appropriate authorities. You might file report and ask help from the police, or you might contact your bank or credit company and report any fraudulent charges, or report that person who ripped you off. Another important thing that you can do is seek support. It's important to really verbalize your feelings. Always remember that you are not alone in this world. We are all connected. There are people who feel you. There are people who are ready to root for you. You just need to let them know. Sometimes, when you get scammed, you feel like you're being on your own. You feel like you got no one because it was your decision. It was a decision that has been made. A terrible decision. And we all make mistakes. It's just that it happened already. So seek support, reach out to your family, friends, or support group for emotional support and guidance. Talking about your experiences with trusted individuals can provide validation, empathy, and some people can give you a good perspectives. When you encounter these people, they might lift you up. They would say, yeah, they're always going to be there. And some people will suddenly pop up, ready to help you. One call away. You never expect these people to come up though. But if you display your vulnerability, that's how the power comes. Well, it's not good to display vulnerability in some situations. But the thing is, it's normal to be vulnerable because we are just human. And vulnerability has some kind of good power, good effect in you. It's going, your vulnerability will help you attract the right people too, other than the scammers, other than people who take advantage. So you will notice that when you when you show your vulnerability to people, there will be a fight between the good and the bad people. And since you're vulnerable, you attracted the scammer, people who are against the law, and people who believe that scamming is their calling. And because of that, those good people you meet will be rooting for you, will be ready to fight for you. And you're going to appreciate the show, having your vulnerability. And it's easy to connect with people when you are vulnerable. It's easier to spot if this is a good person or not, if this person is good for me or not. So as a result of that, you can gain connection to people who vibe with you. You can you can picture out those people you can rely on. Although the downside is you might attract scammers, and it's already happened. But again, you got to undergo the process of recovery, and part of that is to experience the tough feeling of embarrassment, frustration, sadness, anger, feeling of betrayal. And after seeking support, educate yourself. This is the best part. This is the bouncing part. Educate yourself as fast as you can. Learn from your experience by researching common scams. Scams which are similar from the one that you experience. And what are their styles? You can even expand your research from this different scams that's going on in your community, in the country. So learn from your mistakes. Educate yourself. And in educating yourself, it'll be easier for you to spot the red flags in the future. Knowledge is empowering and can help you protect you from falling victim to similar scams in the long run. And of course, after educating yourself, secure your finances. Secure what has been taken away for granted. Secure your trust. Take back yourself after being down, after feeling of being helpless. Take back your power by educating yourself and by equipping yourself, and make sure not to make it happen again. And of course, you know what to do. And then the best part is you know who to trust. And of course, after securing your finances back, focus on self-care. This will help you slowly move on from those negative feelings that you felt out from what happened, out from being ripped off by someone who doesn't care. Nurture your physical, emotional, and mental well-being. This might include exercise, meditation, spending time with loved ones, pursuing your hobbies and interests that's going to bring you joy. This wonderful effect of self-care, like good sleep, rest, will help you move on for sure. However, it's going to take time. It's a draining feeling. Well, you might want to forgive these people, but if no, forgiveness is optional. Learning is a must. Learning from your experience. And since you've already educated yourself and you focus on your self-care, be mindful about the retaliatory scams. This is true. After you get scammed, different people will come into your life again, will try to scam you. This is a follow-up scam from scammers. This is true. Unfortunately, because they know you're vulnerable, they're going to target you again. So be vigilant and trust your instincts and be cautious, to those unfamiliar and suspicious situations. And since you've already studied the different types of scams, worst scams that happen in your place, in your country, so you might want to plan the next time around because for sure those scammers will come back. They will retaliate because it's like their religion again. They don't care. So beware. You know what to do. Stay vigilant, remain skeptical of unsolicited communication, especially those types of communications which involves personal or financial information. And of course, trust your hunch. And if you can't manage to move on, if you can't really, take the what happened to you as it is, if it takes long for you to really, move on, get over it, and what happened, just you keep thinking about what happened. The last resort that you're gonna do is seek professional help if needed. If you can't manage to move on and the thing that happened keeps playing in your head, seek professional help. If you're struggling to cope with the aftermath after being scammed. So remember that the recovery from being scammed really takes time. And it's okay to seek support and guidance as you work through your feelings and rebuild your trust to yourself and to others. Look, nobody's perfect. And if you have experienced this moment in your life, always remember that life is seasonal. Things will pass. But make sure to learn every season, to learn all the way, all the time, as long as you're alive. By the way, this is Anne once again of Reinforce Me Club. So if you like this message today, just click subscribe, including the notification button. You may share this video with your friends and family. Have a lovely day ahead. Thank you very much.